Hey guys, in today's video we're gonna be doing something different. We're gonna be doing a drugstore versus high-end makeup tutorial. So this side is my drugstore and this side is my high-end. As you can see, they're both very beautiful regardless of the price of the makeup. So if you want to learn how to get this look, then keep on watching. First, I'm gonna start with eye primer, and I really don't have a drugstore eye primer that I like. So what I'm gonna do is go in with concealer for this side, which is gonna be my drugstore side. And this side, I'm gonna be taking the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. It's the one that I always use. So I'm just gonna take it on a beauty blender and just apply it to my lids. And then for this side, I'm gonna be using my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. Just like that. I'm just gonna tap it in with my finger. Now to just set everything in, for the high-end side, I'm gonna take the Shade and Light Contour Palette. We're gonna take the first shade called Levitation. And we're just gonna press it onto our eyelids. Then for the left side, we're gonna be taking the NYX Highlight and Contour Palette. It's 03. So we're gonna take 03 and we're gonna press it in as well. For the high-end side, we're going to be taking the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. This palette costs $42, so it just looks like this. And for the drugstore side, we're going to be taking the e.l.f. Matte for Matte palette. This palette retails for $10, and I got this at Walmart. Starting off with the high-end side, I'm going to take Raw Sienna, and we're just going to run that along our transition. And for the drugstore side, we're going to take this color. And we're just gonna run that along our crease as well. And for the drugstore side, we're gonna go in with Pink Shade. And then for the high-end side, we're gonna go in with that color called Realgar. To deepen this out, on the high-end side, I'm going to take that color called Cypress Umber. We're just going to place it on the outer edge. And for the drugstore side, we're going to take this Healthy color and just place it on the outer edge too. I know this one is a bit deeper. That's just because we went in with the brown. I don't want to go in with black in here, but this is the closest to brown that I'm gonna get on this side. Moving on to the lid, we're gonna take the Revlon Photo Ready Eye and Art in the color 060 Peach Prism. Then we're gonna go on top of that with the glitter. You don't want to overdo it, because if you put too much product on, it will harden up your eyelid. So just be aware of that. And for the high-end side, we're gonna take this Stila Magnificent Metals in the shade Kitten Karma, and we're just gonna place it along our lids as well. Same thing as the other side, but we don't need a base for this one. We're just gonna place it on. And we're just gonna let that dry, because we're gonna go in with another coat. So we're gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna move on to the face. So for primer on this side, we're gonna take the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Base. And then on the drugstore side, we're gonna take the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. They're pretty much the same thing, it's just the Tarte one is a bit thicker. And they both wear a bit differently, So for foundation on this side, we're going to be taking the Huda Beauty Full Filter Foundation in the shade 320G Tres Leches. I'm just going to take a pump on my beauty blender, and we're going to start pouncing it onto our skin. Isn't that like amazing coverage? Like, wow. I haven't been using this foundation because I wanted to give other foundations a try, and I know I love that foundation already, so it's kind of like I have to save it for days that I really want to wear makeup. For the drugstore side, we're gonna take the shade 108 Golden Beige, and this is a really good drugstore foundation if you want coverage and longevity. This one will really keep you matte all day long. This one means a lot to me because this is the very first drugstore foundation that I ever bought, and I used it so like religiously that this is like my third bottle already of this. If you didn't know how well this is, you need to go pick it up and try it for yourself because it really does work. And then for this side, I'm gonna use a Real Techniques sponge, and we're just gonna push it into our skin as well. Do you see the coverage on this? Like, you know, I used to use this when I didn't have acne marks. You know, when you don't really have acne, you can't really tell how well a product works and like the coverage of it because you're really not covering anything. But like now that I have some acne marks, like the Huda Beauty Full Filter is my #1 like high-end foundation, and then this one is my #1 drugstore foundation. Alright, so for concealer on the high-end side, I'm gonna be taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, a very favorite of mine. This one retails for $27, and I got this at Ulta because that is the only place you can get it at. So, oh my god, I have no sifter thingy because I'm like out of this. So, highlight on this side and this side, and I'm just gonna blend it away so we don't get mixed up. I hate when like you want to get it in the crevice of your nose and then you just miss it. So we're gonna highlight with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and I got this at Long's for about $3. It really gives me a highlighted look, so I mean, why not for like $3, right? That's available at your local drugstore. So you shall check this one out because it's really good. And I took the shade Light Medium Beige, so we're gonna bounce that in. Honestly so good. You see, like there is no difference in these two eyes. There's no difference. This side to bake, we're gonna take the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I took the shade 01 Fair Light just because I'm gonna use it to bake. I'm gonna take some on my sponge, and then for the high-end side, we're gonna take the Too Faced Peach Perfect Loose Setting Powder, one of my favorites because it smells so good. It's the same damn thing, guys. Moving on to eyebrows, we're gonna be taking the NYX Tame and Frame for this brow for the drugstore side. So the NYX Tame and Frame, you can get this for about $10 at your local drugstore. I'm gonna be using the same brush for it, so. I got this at Long's, so it cost me only $10. For the high-end side, I'm gonna take the ABH Dip Brow in Soft Brown. Of course, we all know that this costs $20 at Sephora, and that is where I got it. I will go off camera to conceal it, and I don't want to compare the concealers for this just because I don't really play around with concealers, so for my eyebrows specifically. So I'll be right back. We're just gonna dust away all the powder on our face. I will say one difference between the foundation of the Huda Beauty is that this one doesn't really dry down. But if you try to dust away, you can feel it kind of pulling at your skin because you need to kind of set it with something. So I'm just trying to wiggle around the powder that's left over. But this one is completely dried down, so you can see that the Maybelline Fit Me powder kind of lightened it up a little bit more than the Too Faced Peach Perfect one. This one just completely set it. This one kind of more highlighted it. You know, I still like it regardless. For eyelashes, on the drugstore side, we're gonna go in with the Eyelure times Nicole Guerrero. These ones. I think this eyelash was about $8, and I got this at Walgreens. I don't know if this is a newer style of hers, but I really like this one out of all the ones that I've already seen from her. So we're just gonna apply it on there. just like that. For the right side, we're gonna be taking the Blinking Beauty Samantha lash. This retails for about $35, I believe, because it's so beautiful. There's something about Blinking Beauty eyelashes that I really fall for, and I have to buy them. I don't know why, they're just so gorgeous. So whenever I see them at the Morphe store, whenever I'm in SoCal, I always have to pick them up. Or even if online, I just have to pick a pair up because they're so gorgeous. The only thing I hate about eyelashes is that you have to clean them up, and for them to be like $35 and to still have to clean it up, it like sucks, you know, because you want them to like regenerate by itself, right? Do you see that? This one gives me the drama for your mama, girl. We're gonna work on our contour. For the drugstore side, of course, we're gonna go in with the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. We're gonna take this shade and just contour on this side. We're also gonna hit the nose. We're also gonna deepen up and take a darker color. For this side, we're gonna be taking the Shade and Light contour palette, and I believe this contour palette retails for $49. Did I really pay $49 for you? I believe this palette is worth it because look how much I use this middle color. And then don't forget the nose. Just like that, you are snatched. Now for blush, I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild color icon in the shade Apricot in the middle for the drugstore side, and this retails for $2.99 at Walgreens or Longs, so it's a really good one and I like it because I'm not a big blush person, so for it to be this cheap and so beautiful at the same time is a win-win for me. So pick it up if you don't have it. Look how gorgeous that look. Blush? No blush. I was shook when I looked up the price for this blush because this I got from Sephora, but it's a mini blush. So this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush, and it's in the shade Concept, but on Tarte's page it retails for $5, and $5 for this blush. Do you really ever go through a blush? Because I don't think so. So I don't know if it's a special deal right now, but if you want to go get this, then get this on their page right now. I don't know if it's available on Sephora. I saw it on Tarte's personal store, so it's already available there. And this is a beautiful one as well. Do you see that? How like they're like so good. I love this. Now for the long-awaited highlights. For the drugstore side, we're gonna go in with the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in the shade 100 Molten Gold. This one retails for $7.89. I did pick this up at Longs, and it's kind of hard to get because every time I go, they always don't have it in stock, or like certain Walmarts will carry it in stock. You just have to, you know, test your luck and just go. So, do you see that? It's so beautiful. LOL. When I get excited, guys, I start to sing. And then we're also gonna highlight this side of the nose. And we're gonna highlight our inner corners with this color as well. So for the high-end side, we're gonna be taking the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Champagne Pop. This is the one that Jaclyn Hill collaborated with Becca. It is quite used because it was one of my very first highlighters, and high-end at that. So this one retails for $38. Can you believe $38? And look how much I have used. I think I got this back in like 2013. 2014, I don't know, somewhere along those years. And this is a beautiful highlight as well. Like, look how beautiful. These two are both winners for me. This as well. You see, it's so beautiful. I'm not gonna do anything to my waterline. I'm just gonna go in with eyeshadow, but I'm gonna do it off camera because I'm just gonna put one shadow down and that's it. So for mascara, the drugstore side, I love the Maybelline Big Shot Colossal Mascara. This one retails for $5, I believe, and I got this at Longs. Or you're just gonna blend your real and your fake lashes. Marked myself a little bit, so we'll just let that dry. For the high-end side, I don't know if you would I think this would be considered high-end because MAC what used to be all the rage back in the days. This retails for $18. I got this at MAC, obviously. So you're just gonna want to blend as well. And I really like this one just because it has a tiny brush and you can really get into your lower lash line. Now for lips, for the drugstore side, I really like this color. So it's the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. This one retails for $7.94. I got this at Long's. It smells so good, guys. Very interesting tip, like applicator. I've never worked with something like this before. But I must say I really like the applicator. It makes it so easy to get these sharp lines. Then for the high-end side, I'm gonna take the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte. This one retails for $20 and I got this at Sephora. I know it's the mini, but you can get the mini pack for like $25 and it comes with a lip liner and another color. This one is in the shade Trendsetter. And you see they're like exactly the same shade. This is the reason why I feel like there's kind of no reason to spend on high-end products. Doesn't mean that the drugstore version of it isn't gonna work better. Sometimes the drugstore products work even better than the Sephora products or like, you know, all these other high-end products. Like you don't need to really spend your money in that because you're kind of wasting it if the drugstore one really works better. But the only thing is you should do your research, and you know, if you really want to try it out and see if it works for you, then you can buy it. But that's the thing with drugstore, is that they don't give refunds with it, so it's all a gamble. So for setting spray, for the drugstore side, we're gonna be setting with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Setting Spray. This one retails for $12 and I got this at Long's. My fan needed to charge, so I'm stuck with this fan. Now for the high-end side, I'm going to take the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This one retails for $32. Okay. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. As you can see, they're both pretty similar. So don't go spending your money on super expensive stuff when you know you can find some good deals at the drugstore for hella cheap and like 1/3 of the price or whatever it may be. But just know that you can get this side easily just going to the drugstore, walking into your local Walgreens, your Long's Drugs, CVS, Walmart, Target, and you can create such a beautiful look. Do you see that? Do you see that? Because it's so beautiful. On the other hand, if you do enjoy shopping at Sephora, I mean, I'm not against it because I love shopping at Sephora myself, so I'm not gonna say don't shop at Sephora, but you can also get a really beautiful look. Of course, you know you're gonna be spending so much money, so that money should be able to create a beautiful look for you regardless. So look at this side. So pretty. Both sides are so pretty and gorgeous. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and night wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye. Oh, by the way, I got these earrings from NCAT by Walmart. So if you live on Oahu, that's where you can get it. It's like in a little shopping plaza right across Walmart. So, and these were like $24, so they're cute though. I like it. Oh, I forgot. Welcome to Valentine's Day series number 6. This is number 6. I like it. I love it, love it, love it. Ooh. Yeah. I know this one is the cart. You better go downstairs, girl. Doodle, 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 doodle. See this, girl? Do you see this? Do you see this?